Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Mike on the Mic. So happy that you're all joining me today. If you're catching this later on, of course, just type replay in the comments. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting this segment. It has been absolutely amazing having so much of our team come out and chat with me and deliver some value and some of their experiences from this amazing online business that we're a part of. Make sure you're sharing this, guys. Share it with your team. Share it with anyone who's new in the business. Make sure that they're all getting lots of value out of this. So again, share, share, share. I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to my page here. I'm just going to do a quick share. And in the comments, why don't you guys let me know where you're all coming from, because I would love to know, since we are worldwide and we're harnessing the power of social media, that we can be anywhere we want to. So I'm going to ask you to put in where you're coming from. In the meantime, I'm just going to share this bad boy, put it in everywhere we want to put it. All right, let's go. So guys, have an amazing interview set up for you today. I have some amazing value coming at you from my dear friend, Mr. Sam J. Young. And Sam is so inspirational to me, not only as a father, but also just as a leader in our business. He is so passionate about what he does, and he's really passionate about helping others as well. And he's just a powerhouse. So Sam, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out today.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'm super excited to chat with you.
Thank you, sir. I know that you're busy, and you've got always a lot on the go. You are definitely up there in this business, and so I appreciate your time for sure. Sam, why don't you just introduce your story to everybody? How did you get started in this business? What was going on in your life that was, the big why? Why did you jump into this?
Well, it's kind of a crazy story, but I'll just kind of briefly summarize the backstory. I'm a single dad with my 16-year-old son. I've been raising him by myself since he was 6 months old, and we recently moved to Texas about 4 years ago from Wyoming because my son's really good in football, and their football programs and schools weren't that great up in Wyoming. And his aspirations was he wanted to play college football and go on to the NFL. Well, I was tired of freezing up in Wyoming, so I said, okay, I'll make you a deal. We got to move to a warm state, and I'll get you in better schools, and I'll get you into a football district where you got a chance of getting a scholarship. And so I ended up picking South Texas. I checked out 5 warm states, and South Texas was it. They were number 1 in the United States for D2 and D1 scholarships out of high school for football. They were number 2 in the nation for SAT scores for public schools. So the cost of living was pretty similar to Wyoming. So here we go. We moved down here. No friends, no family. We just uprooted and came down here just for that specific reason. What I was doing when I was in Wyoming, I was a store manager of a Kroger grocery store. And I'd done that for about 6.5 years. And I've been running businesses, major businesses, ever since I was 25. So needless to say, the whole time I was raising my son, I spent 75% of that time at work, and which made it really difficult. When we moved down here to Texas, I didn't have any family or friends, and I got hooked up with Walmart. And Walmart, they wouldn't hire me as a store manager because they make you be a co-manager to learn the Walmart system, right? So that's what I started out as. And as I started going, I was averaging anywhere from 70 to 80 hours a week. My son was ending up sitting at home most of the time by himself, with not knowing any people. And it just kind of really started wearing on me, and it was wearing on him. And he was just, that's all he was doing, was playing PlayStation all the time, right? And I could tell he was being affected by it. And I was too. And that's just no kind of life, right? So as I was working for Walmart, I had the chance to watch Amazon blow by Walmart for #1 retailer in the world. And I got to sit in all these high-profile meetings with all the regionals and having them freak out and wondering how this could happen and all that. Well, it was simple. They weren't paying attention to their e-commerce business, and they let Amazon blow right by them.
Right.
And so, the world's going to click and order and getting away from brick and mortar. And it's obvious. It's everywhere you see. Heck, the other day I went to Walmart to get my dog a bag of dog food, and there's 35 parking spots designated just for people that are ordering their groceries online. Now, what do you think is going to happen when then people aren't going in? Because you know how it is when you go into the grocery store hungry. You go in there for a few things and you end up with a whole cart full of stuff, right?
For sure.
Because it's all impulse buying. So now the people are getting away from that. Now, so it really caught my attention, and I thought, man, maybe that's a change. So I started researching, and I started looking around, and I found out Uber's the #1 taxi cab company in the world, and they don't own a car. I figured out Redbox is the #1 movie hub in the world, and they don't own a movie theater. And so it really opened my eyes, and I started looking online. And I'll be the first one to tell you, there's a lot of BS out there. I searched for about 4 months, and a lot of these affiliate companies, they want you to send them money, they want to send you some links, and there you go. Go figure it out, right? Well, I've never been good with technology. I've never been a computer guy. I didn't even own a computer when I first started this business. So I needed an educational platform that was going to teach me from A to Z. And I also needed mentorship, because I'm more of a hands-on learner. You show me a couple times, I got it. But just to watch a video or a webinar or something and then be able to go implement that stuff when I'm not tech savvy, that wasn't going to work for me. So I finally found this, and it was an exact match for everything that I wanted and what I needed, right? And so looking back on it now, the hardest part about it, even not being tech savvy, because you don't have to be tech savvy. If you can watch a YouTube video and fix something, you can do this. And that's what I loved about it. It was all video training. Click over here, watch a video, it tells you go do that, and that, and you go do that, and that, you come back, and boom, right?
Totally.
And so with, not even being tech savvy, I had my business page, my ad accounts. I was up and running my first ad within 3 weeks of firing up with this company. Now, I don't know if you can tell this or not, Mike, but I am very driven. I'm not your average person. When I go into something, I go all in, brother.
Sam, I know you better than that for sure. I mean, you are passionate, that's for sure. It shows in your leadership and in your business for sure, buddy. Yeah, I'm I admire you for that. I really do.
And thank you. And here's so just fast. Let's fast forward. 18 months ago, I got into this. I didn't even own a computer. I knew nothing. Now, 18 months later, I'm doing my own live webinars. I've got my own live webinar group, my 90-day boot camp group that we put a nice, quiet little place for people to get in and learn the basics, learn the what they basically need to know to operate their business, how to create the ads, how to put them on the web, how to follow up with their customers, and how to use the sales process. And so you don't need to know everything to start making an income, right? So we built that, and then once we get everybody through that group and all the light bulbs are turning on, I also have an advanced group, Rock Solid Official, that they'll be able to graduate up to, and then they just blow up their business from there. At that point, they're an online marketing ninja. They're also intertwined with our big, huge team, in our, the online educational platform. Come on, man, they just changed this stuff. What I learned when I first got into this 18 months ago, compared to what they just enhanced at Christmas time, is insane.
That's the beauty of our platform. It's always being updated with the times, what's going on with Facebook and social media, following all the guidelines. We're all up to date on that. And that's so helpful for us.
And powerful, because we get 3 to 4 trainings a week with 6 and 7 figure earners. We have inside information on what's happening in Facebook, Google, and YouTube. When they're going to change their algorithm, we already know. And what I'm running into with a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are basically fluttering and making money and struggling is they don't have the mentorship. They don't have the educational platform. And when stuff like that happens, all of a sudden, I mean, we've changed the way we do ads 4 times since I've got into this business. And every time, our team already knows what's going on, already has a fix, already has a plan, and we're implementing. By the time they're changing their algorithm, we're up and running the next day, gangbusters, and it keeps getting better. And all these other guys are like, "Oh man, what happened?" It's like the well just turned off, right?
They just don't have the insight, man. They don't have the insight that we do. Yep.
The power of being on an elite marketing team is unbelievable, and just having this opportunity gives anybody a chance to break the mold, get out of doing what they're doing. And look, here's how I looked at it. I'm working on my part-time fortune while I'm working at my full-time job. Okay? This is going to be my part-time fortune. And you know what? 13 months went by and my part-time fortune surpassed my full-time job. And at that point, it was a business decision. I'm spending 70 to 80 hours a week down here, never seeing my kid. And now I just surpassed my income with a job that I'm on, or with my part-time fortune that I'm only spending 15 to 20 hours a week on. You do the math.
You know, blows your mind, buddy. Blows your mind. It's unbelievable.
And I can't tell you what it felt like to be able to walk in there and tell my store manager that I could no longer afford to work there.
It was disadvantageous to you to work there.
Oh, it was awesome. It was costing me money.
Yeah. Dude, that's amazing. That's amazing.
And you know what she said? She said, "You can't quit." I said, "What, are you going to call the Walmart police, or are you going to handcuff me?"
I'm out of here, basically.
Well, she was one of the managers that sat in the office and didn't do anything, and I did everything. So, yeah, she didn't want me to quit.
Sure.
But, you know, on the other hand, and I'll tell you, there was a couple pinnacles, you know, back to get to my story. My son was in the district championship football game down here in South Texas, and they made it to the championship game. Well, I worked 7 days straight, 2 weeks in a row, just so I could have that day off to go to the game. 2 managers called out that day. She made me come to work. She threatened me with my job to come to work. And I missed that game, and my son caught the winning touchdown with the last minute and 42 seconds of that game, and I was at Walmart. So if I seem a little cross and why I was very nice about the way I did it, it was that. Plus, when I had my Christmas ruined and I never got to see my son, and it totally ruined our Christmas. Down here, he spent Christmas all by himself for 2 weeks. I didn't feel so bad because guess what? Corporate America don't care about you. You're a number, you know, and you put all the blood, sweat, and tears into a job that would replace you in a heartbeat. For number one, if you have a bad attitude. Number two, if something happens to where you can't be at work. Or number three, they find somebody that's better or cheaper. You're gone.
That's right. And with automation these days, Sam, you know, with robots taking over so many jobs, it's happening faster than ever, right? So.
Well, get this. That co-manager job that I told you I had, shortly after I left, Walmart got rid of that position. They're downsizing.
Look at that.
They're closing stores. For the first time since Walmart has been open, they're actually starting to downsize, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
They're submitting to the king, Amazon.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely is.
Well, think about it. I mean, at Christmas time, do you go to Black Friday? Do you go out in the craziness and shop? Or do you sit in the comfort of your home, order everything? My family lives all over the country, so I can ship stuff right to their house. I don't have to go spin the hassle at the store buying it, then go package it, and then go to the post office. for the last 3 years, it's the only time I've ever been on time with Christmas presents and never forgot somebody.
That's the beauty of technology, I have to say, right? And you're right, man. The future is right now. Online is everything. It's where everybody's going to return groceries online, like you said. Convenience is no longer being, escorted somewhere. It's actually being brought to you, right? And that's the beauty of where we're at in the online space. I know that obviously really catapulted you there when you were able to walk in and say, I'm done with this, right? And when you want to touch on a little more, like, what has it brought you up to today? Like, what's your lifestyle change been like? What have you experienced since you've gotten to where you are in the business?
My life is completely different, Mike. I mean, for the first month, I'm not kidding you, man. I would roll out of bed in like a frantic, like, oh God, I'm late for work. Right? And I didn't have to go to work.
Had to pinch yourself.
Now my commute is to my kitchen to start a pot of coffee, right?
Nice.
My office is literally 10 feet from my bedroom. So, and the great thing is, I have so much flexibility. I have my oldest son lives in Wyoming, and I have 4 grandkids. So summer, when my son's out of school, we're going to go up there for a month and a half. We're going to stay with them, and I'm going to be able to spend all this time with my family. But because guess what? The internet follows me anywhere I go. Now, I took my son to Boston for Thanksgiving to go out and see my family. I did a bunch of videos. I did a bunch of content out there. That's a business trip. I was able to write it off. So now I actually get a benefit for going and doing the things I want to do anyway and the things I love. I can't even tell you. I never thought, I would have never dreamed that what I have got going on right now was possible before. I can't even describe it. It's in my son, in our relationship, went from starting to draw apart and him sitting in his room all the time and not communicating to we're best friends again.
Wow, that's powerful right there. That is so powerful.
Yeah.
And I've heard this time and time again, this business and the tools that we're given are obviously self-improving, but it really improves the lives around us, our relationships with the ones we love. It's an amazing gift we really have here. Sam, that's awesome.
Let me tell you this, and you just hit on a very key point, because this isn't just business. This community is not just about that. They're about health, wellness, and personal development. And 18 months ago, Mike, you wouldn't have wanted to have this interview with me. I was probably one of the most negative people you've ever met in your life. I had 337 hourly employees under me. I had 38 assistant managers under me. I had 70% of them people showed up to work and worked harder on not getting the job done and getting out of work than they ever did getting it done. So all I did all day long is follow up with people and chew them out for not getting their job done. Then before I went to work, I'd watch the news. I would get caught up on all the murders and all the stuff the politicians are pulling. And then when I'd get home, I would finish off with that news. And I'm telling you, I'm a different person. I don't have cable. It's not that I can't afford it, brother. I don't have cable. I don't watch the news. I don't care. I cannot do anything about that. It doesn't matter who the president is. What I can control is what I can control. And I have yet to have a president of the United States or a senator show up at my door and say, Sam, I know you're a single dad. I know you've been busting your hump out there. We're going to go ahead and catch your mortgage for you. Right? Ain't going to happen. So focus up here. Focus on what you got going on. Change your life. If you want to make a difference in this world, you got to change who you are on the inside.
Couldn't agree with you more. I had the same transformation in this whole year that I've been in this, man. I used to be really negative, if you can believe it. And just everything set me off. And this has really been just incredible to do the work on yourself. Like you said, first is amazing. I didn't realize how much it would actually help me in my life as well.
And the crazy thing that I'm learning, and I'm learning this from all these multi-millionaires and billionaires that I'm reading all their books. I've never been a big book reader. And one thing there's a secret sauce to becoming a multi-millionaire. And the funny thing is they all tell you the same sauce, but in their own way. And one of the biggest things that I've learned is your income will never outgrow how much you grow on the inside. So instead of all these people out there working hard, I'm going to work harder at my job so I can get ahead and I can get a raise and I maybe get a promotion. You know what? Stop. Work on yourself harder than you're working on your job and see what happens. Because then you're going to be more valuable. And that's what gets you paid in the online space. We don't get paid by the hour. How much value do you bring to the marketplace? You get paid by value, and you get paid by helping others. And that's another thing I love. I've always loved managing and helping people grow and doing that stuff.
And that's perfect, because I was just going to, sorry to interrupt you, I was just going to touch on that as well, because I know firsthand how passionate you are about helping others. You've reached me, you've called out to me randomly on a Friday and we chatted for hours, and I couldn't be more appreciative, obviously, but I know how many people you do that with and how you truly care about everyone else's success. And we all thank you, Sam. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. And you get to a place where, you're not, I don't have a financial benefit to do that with you. You're not on my direct team. I don't, other people. But what you realize when you start going through this personal development is there's a thing that's called law of attraction. Some people call it karma. When you pay it forward, and the more good you put out, the more good you receive. And instead of, a lot of these online marketers, they come at this space and they have this focus of how much money, how do I make the money? It's wrong. That's when you're not going to make any money. I get up every morning, I write my list of gratitude, and I ask myself, how many people can I help today? Whether I benefit financially or not, how many people can I help? And when you come in it from that aspect, you don't have to worry about the money. The money follows you. The universe says, check this dude out. He's got the work ethic. He's paying it forward. He's helping other people. Wham! There you go.
That's awesome, man. And it's so, so true. I mean, I've learned from the greats myself in reading, and that's exactly what they all say. It's like, put your best foot forward, do what you have to do to make the world a better place and help out others, and the rest will follow you. It's just part of the equation, right? And that's what we're all doing here. We're changing lives one at a time. So Sam, I couldn't thank you enough for coming out today and dropping your story and your experiences and just your passion for the business, brother. Thank you so, so much. You're awesome.
No, you're welcome, Michael. I appreciate you inviting me out. And anybody that's watching this, you guys keep an eye on Mike. He is blowing this Mike on the mic up.
Thanks. Man.
And he's a powerhouse in this industry. And anybody watching this, if you're interested in what we're talking about, reach out to Mike. He will square you away. He's inside my direct private team, and we will get you taken care of and get you on your road to freedom.
That's it, buddy. All right, guys. Well, I thank you once again for tuning in to this segment. And if you got some value out of this, just drop some likes, some love, and share this with people you know. And that's all I can ask for. The rest is history. Love you, buddy. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right, Mike.
Thanks again, Sam.